What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Stats. So as you can see, I am not where I usually am. I'm actually on a cruise right now filming this. So we had a family vacation, and so I'm not able to be at my house and film the podcast at my regular spot, or even at my backup spot, which I filmed one of the videos on. I don't even remember which one it was. But we're out in the middle of the ocean today. It's pretty cool. Still got my Mahomes jersey, and so I can still do the normal power rankings and predictions. However, game rankings is going to be a little bit different because since we got on the cruise on Sunday, I was not able to watch all the games. I was able to find out what happened in some of them, so I'll give you a top four. You've got Lions, Bears, and Bengals, Browns, both of which they ended on a last-second field goal. Pretty much all that determined was like seeding and stuff, and even the Lions, Bears one didn't even really impact seeding because the Bears were still the 2 seed. And then Bengals, Browns, it was a battle of two teams that were already out, but Myles Garrett did break the sack record, so I guess good for him. You know, I'm not a fan of the Browns, but nice to see a record get broken. And then number 2 game, I have Houston and the Colts, which was I didn't watch the play, but I looked at the play-by-play, and it seems like it was a very funny ending play with the double lateral ending with a fumble, and Houston recovered it and getting a touchdown at the end of the game. So there's that. That would have been funny to watch, even though I didn't watch it. But they did have the number 1 game on for the cruise, and that was, of course, the Sunday night game, Ravens-Steelers battle for the AFC North and for the number 4 seed in the AFC playoffs. Crazy game. You had Baltimore scoring, you had Pittsburgh scoring, you had Baltimore scoring again in like 2 seconds. Pittsburgh with a long, methodical drive into the end zone, gets the touchdown, misses the extra point. Baltimore gets in the field goal range by an insane catch by Isaiah Likely, and then Tyler Loop misses the 44-yard field goal, which they probably would have made if they had Justin Tucker. Let's be real here. It's unfortunate that Justin Tucker had to be cut from the team, but, you know, I agree with the decision. He was not a good fellow, so there's that. I don't know if Tyler Loop's going to be the Ravens kicker next year, but we'll see. That's the kind of loss that gets you cut. Or the kind of miss that gets you cut if you're a kicker. So, unfortunate for him. I do like him as a kicker. He had a pretty good rookie year as far as kickers go, but that miss is going to haunt him for sure. So, Pittsburgh takes that final playoff spot, and with that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baltimore Ravens are going to be out of the power rankings for this week. And since there's now only 14 teams in the power rankings, I can do it without having to have my notes over there. Not that I could have my notes in the first place, because this is the only device I have on this cruise, so let's hope I remember them. Number 14, pretty easy. It's the Panthers. They have a losing record. They're getting first rounded by the Rams. I don't care if they won against the Rams before. It's not going to happen. Rams are too good to let that happen again. Panthers are the number 14 team for sure. Number 13, I have Pittsburgh. Similar deal. I don't think they are that great. They had a lucky win against Baltimore, who I still think Baltimore's probably a better team and wins on more than 50% of occasions, but Pittsburgh got a good win. They deserved it. They deserve a playoff spot for sure. And man, this is quite a year where a lot of the wild card teams are looking to be better than some of the actual playoff teams. It's ridiculous. And number 12, I have Green Bay, the number 7 seed in the NFC. I mean, I don't trust them, but there are other teams that I trust less, so that's why I put them there. I don't know. I mean, I think Jordan Love being back for the playoffs is going to be a help. I believe he's going to be back for the playoffs. I think Malik Willis is injured or something, actually. Even if he was back, they wouldn't be playing him. I think he'll be back. Either way, good divisional matchup there against the Bears round 1. We'll see how that goes for sure. That'll be an interesting one to see. Number 11, I have the Chargers, 7 seed in the AFC, another very interesting team. I don't know what to make of them really now because they have Justin Herbert, who I do think is a top 5 QB in the league. Maybe not right now, but just in general. Even right now, he's probably still a top 10 for sure. But that O-line is going to be his downfall, I think. I don't know if I see the Chargers making it too far with that many missing pieces along the O-line. It's going to be rough. And it was rough for sure against the Texans, and then also they lost big to the Broncos as well, so there's that. Next, number 10, we have the part where I start to forget. No, 10 was Chicago. I don't trust Chicago still. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's a divisional matchup against Green Bay. It's going to be weird. I don't trust them to make a long, deep run. They're a very new team, just like a lot of young players, kind of like the Packers were a couple years ago. They have DeAndre Swift. I guess he's not really young, but they have Monungai as their other big running back. Got a lot of younger wide receivers like Luther Burden 3 and Rome Oduns, and of course Caleb Williams as well. So we'll see how they do. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see for sure. Number 9, I have the Eagles. Another team from the NFC that I just kind of don't trust. They've had their good games, and then they've had their really, really off games. But they are on a couple game winning streak, so I had to move them like up a little bit for that. But other than that, I don't really see a reason why they should be like super that much higher. Let's see here. What did I have at number 8? I think I had Buffalo at number 8 because of some questionable losses recently. They did get the win against the Jets, which broke their like streak of having like an odd number of wins because they had like 11 and 13 the last couple of years. Now they have 12. So broken that streak, but still a great season for them for sure. Like 12 wins is never anything to be scoffed at. I think they're a good team. They'll definitely have a chance in the playoffs, but I do think there are a lot of teams that are better than them that are in the playoffs, so we'll see how it goes. Then we have, let's see here. Who do we got left? We got 3 teams in the AFC and 4 in the NFC, I want to say, unless I'm miscounting and forgetting one, which I could be. I think I'm miscounting and forgetting one in the AFC. So, yep. You love when I can't remember the teams, yeah. Yeah, I got it. So, number 7. Man, it's tough, like, making these decisions, but I think number 7, I'm going to go with San Francisco. I mean, I think they were a bit higher than this last week. I think they were, like, number 6. But I had to move them down just because I don't see them as a team that's making the Super Bowl or, like, having really much of a chance of that. All the other teams, I feel like, are on a pretty good rise, except for maybe, like, the Rams. But, like, most of the teams are on the rise, whereas San Francisco, I feel like they're kind of at their peak. I'm not going to doubt Shanahan. I do think that they're going to have a good chance to at least win one game, but we'll see what happens. Next, number 6. Now we have 2 more teams from the NFC. All the best NFC teams are from the NFC West. But number 6, I think I got to go Houston there because I do think Jacksonville is a little bit above them right now. Houston did not win the division, but they do have the top wild card spot, even because of that win against the Colts. So good for them. And yeah, I think, who are they facing? They're facing Pittsburgh, so they're going to have a pretty good shot there. Pittsburgh, as the 4 seed, hasn't really done much, so I think they have a good shot at winning that one, at least. Number 5, I think I'm going to move the Rams down to 5. I don't really trust them as much. They did get a win against the Cardinals, so they snapped their losing streak, but I still think they're going to do well, but there's a chance they don't. And that chance is something that I don't really see with a lot of the other teams, so I'm putting them there at 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with... 4, I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I think they're a solid team, but I don't really see them as like a Super Bowl winner. I think this is their best chance in a while to get to the Super Bowl, definitely since like 2018 with the Saxonville era. But I don't know. Trevor Lawrence has been balling out. If he continues to do that, I think they have a chance, but we'll see what happens. Number 3, I got 3 and 2 are tough. Denver and New England are going to be 3 and 2. I don't really know which order I'm going to place them in. Both of them I have doubts about. Right now, I think I got to go New England over them. New England's been moving a lot up and down in the rankings, but right now, I think I'm buying into the Patriots, at least as of right now. I think they're a good team. They have what it takes. Drake May is doing insane. Like, even with the lack of other pieces, Mike Vrabel has been really turning that team around coaching-wise as well. And the defense has been locking in. Same can be said about Denver, but their offense is just a little more questionable to me. Bo Nix has been playing good, but really only when he really needs to. He hasn't been playing good when it's just like whatever situations. Like, he has had some moments where he hasn't been playing the best, and I'm a bit worried about that. So I'm going to put them at 3, even though they're the number 1 seed in the AFC, and New England at 2. And then at number 1 still, we have the Seattle Seahawks, number 1 seed in the NFC. Until they, until there's, a close game with them, I think they're probably going to stay at number 1 in the power rankings, unless, one team makes a super impressive win as, a 2 seed or whatever. But yeah, so now we are going to do the first of 3 entire playoff predictions. I'm going to predict the entire playoffs from this current spot, and I'm going to do the same thing next week, pre-divisional round and then pre-championship round as well. So, we have first up in the NFC, I'm going to start with the AFC. 4 and 5 seed is going to be Pittsburgh, Houston. I said I think Houston has a good shot, and I think they're gonna make the most of that shot. Pittsburgh, I don't know. I just don't feel like they're a good team. I think Houston is going to be the team to retire Aaron Rodgers and Adam Thielen, so I'm taking Houston on that one. The 6 and 3 seed in the AFC, you have got Jacksonville and Buffalo. I don't know how Buffalo managed to be all the way down in the 6th spot, but they did, and they're gonna have to go on the road against Jacksonville. And you know what? I just trust Jacksonville a little bit more right now. Buffalo's defense and their pass catching room is weird. They have great running and great QB play, but I don't trust the other aspects of their team, especially against an offense that has been as prolific this season as Jacksonville. So I'm gonna pick Jacksonville for that one. The 2 and 7 seed in the AFC, you've got yourself the good old Patriots and the good old Chargers. And this is another one where it's if Herbert can avoid getting sacked 15 times, they're going to do well. I feel like this is a potential upset alert, but I don't think it's going to actually happen. Just the wildcard teams this year are just so good, just in general. A lot of them are better than the division winners, but I still got to go with Patriots here. I think they're a better team as it is, even though this could be a potential upset. Now, going to the AFC, or the NFC, your 4 and 5 seed Rams, Panthers. I said this before. Rams aren't going to lose that game twice unless they're, really not as good as I thought they were. So I'll pick the Rams. And if they do win and win in convincing fashion, I think they will definitely move up past the 5 spot. Because I do believe they should be above the 5 spot. I still think, other than maybe Seattle, they're a Super Bowl favorite for me. So we'll do that. And then for the 3 and 6 seed, San Francisco, Philadelphia. That's another one where I just don't really trust Philadelphia, and I do trust Shanahan to at least get 1 win in the playoffs. I think San Fran is at their peak right now, but as long as they don't show signs of falling, they're going to stay at that level, so I'm going to pick San Francisco there. And then finally, the 2 and the 7 seed. And you know what? I'm going to do it because I want it to happen so much, and I think there's a chance. I'm going to say Packers win, beat the Bears, and we have a wild card team hosting a playoff game. It would be fantastic to have the 5, 6, and 7 seeds all win. The Packers have won as a 7 seed before. They're only one of... Are they still the only one to do it? I really got to look that up if they're the only one to have done that. I know they have, but I don't know if there's been one other to do it. I don't think there has been. I think they're the only one. But I think they can do it again. They had a very close game against the Bears last time, and last time I picked the Bears, this time I'm going to pick the Packers. I'm going to keep it different. Keep it switched up. And I think the Packers can win this game and allow the wild card team of the Rams to host a playoff game. That'd be sick. Speaking of which, now going into the divisional round, I'll go back to the AFC, and I'm thinking you have Denver against the lowest seed to make it in, which in my predictions is going to be Houston. So Denver-Houston, that's a game of great defenses. They played each other in the regular season. I believe Denver won. I would think Denver won. They have a better record. I don't really see that changing, especially since Denver's at home field. I got to give it to Denver there. And then the other divisional matchup in the AFC would be Jacksonville at New England. Rematch of the 2018 AFC Championship. And there's one where I can again see it going either way. But I just feel like the Patriots are due to make a run. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they're going to do it. So I'm going to pick New England over Jacksonville. And then in the NFC, you've got your Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers. another rematch that time of the NFC Championship game from like 2014, I want to say. But that one I think is going to have the same results as that game. Seattle's going to walk out of their own stadium with a win, and Green Bay is going to be sent home because I don't see the 7 seed winning 2 games. And then the 5 and the 6 seed match, the wild card hosted playoff game, I'm going to give it to the Rams. I think they're a little bit better right now, and I don't necessarily trust the 49ers to win more than one playoff game. So then you have your AFC Championship and your NFC Championship. In the AFC, you got Denver, New England, and I think this is where the run of New England comes to an end. I think Denver can win this game for sure, and I believe they will. It'll be a tough game with Drake May against the Denver defense. I don't believe they've played in the regular season before, but I'm going to go with Denver here, representing the AFC as the number 1 seed. And on the other hand, you have a rematch of one of the best games of the year, twice. I mean, two of the games were, I think they were both the number 1 game for the week that they happened in, Rams and Seattle. And I think it's going to go back and forth again. It was Rams first time, Seattle second time. I think it goes back to Rams this time. I don't know. I just believe in the Rams more than really any other team. If they hadn't lost 2 straight, I would be like 100% they're winning the Super Bowl. But now it's a tough one for them and Denver. The Rams and Denver in the Super Bowl, it'd be a tough game. But right now, even as a Chiefs fan, I got to give it to Denver. They've been doing so well, and if Bo Nix can keep up what he's been doing, they're a Super Bowl winning team, especially like Super Bowl winning defense for sure. Again, this is a prediction that can be totally wrong and out the window. I just hope that a wild card team gets to host a playoff game. That's the one thing I really hope. I don't necessarily think I'm definitely not like putting any money on like Denver to win. I think there's a very low chance they actually do, because this is a very like even playoffs. Anyone can really take it. I wouldn't be surprised to see like Jacksonville or Houston or even someone like San Francisco make a good run. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And those are your game predictions for the week. So yeah, I think that is all we have for today. So with that, I would like to thank you guys for watching this video. I will be back next time with the review of all of my favorite players on every teams and how they have done throughout the regular season. That will be once I'm off this cruise. That will be probably closer actually to the time that this video should be coming out, which is like on Tuesday next week. But yeah, I'll do that and you guys will see that video. And yeah, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.